Using case studies is one of the best ways of making that point. Now, this example here with Unilever just is showing how if you do a sustainable design change, what some of the business benefits are. Unilever, which makes Suave shampoo, they had their shampoo bottles, which there was a time when crooked necks were really in style, and they went back to straightening out the necks of their shampoo bottles. What they found was that they were actually able to fit a lot more of their shampoo bottles. They could stack them better. They could put more of these crates into their trucks, and they saved $2 million in shipping costs related to diesel fuel. They were able to meet stricter packaging requirements from the big box retailers that they were selling to, and they were able to save the equivalent of 15 million plastic bottles per year because of this new design. This is an example where a company realized all the benefits, got that return on sustainability. They had the financial benefits, the brand value benefits, they saw the environmental benefit, and this was a pretty easy change to make. For those of you who like to backpack, Cascade Designs, which makes the Thermarest, is also an amazing example of how they use sustainability to really help from a business perspective and meet customer demand. Cascade Design uses the excess foam from the Thermarest ProLite models as raw materials for pillows. Now, how did this come about? Well, you had within an organization, you had people that were dealing in one silo saying, hey, you know what? When we make our cuts on this, we have excess leftover foam. And you have the people who are disposing that foam going, gosh, we got to find a way to reduce this foam because we're paying for these disposal costs. Meanwhile, you had customer service representatives and sales reps that were hearing from some of their customers, especially some of the Gen X customers who were getting a little older and were sick of, shoving all their clothes into their stuff sack for their sleeping bags saying, I want a pillow. So Cascade Designs found a way where they took that excess foam from those Thermarests, they incorporated it into pillows, and what happened? They took what was an expense on the income statement, turned it into a revenue stream, they reduced their waste costs, they found a way to meet customer demand all at the same time. This was a way of using and understanding that return on sustainability. There was financial benefit, brand benefit, and sustainability benefit all at the same time. Interface is really the poster child of business sustainability, and they have been for a long time. When people ask you, what is the most sustainable company, or what is the company that really is the gold standard, Interface really takes a cake on that one. They had to reinvent their whole manufacturing process and how they delivered their products and services. Now, I mentioned this in chapter 1 of Making Sustainability Stick, my second book, about how Ray Anderson, the CEO, really had an epiphany. He realized that he was selling carpet, which had tons of toxins in it. And he had this epiphany of, what do I want to be doing in the world? And so he found a way to pioneer innovations in the carpet by removing the toxins, but also finding maybe there's a way that instead of selling large swaths of carpet, we could actually create carpet tiles so that when someone makes a spill, you don't have to rip up the whole carpet, or in those areas by the elevator or the entranceway to your doors, which are the most trafficked, you can just pull up those sections rather than having to replace the entire carpet. Sure, it meant a lower ROI to them temporarily because they had that business model. And then they started thinking, what if we rent out the carpet tiles? That way we keep the customer for a longer period of time, and they will continue to buy and replace because, as people change and interior designers come in, they're going to want to change the carpet tiles anyway. So you're going to find that business. You know what happened to Interface by doing all this? By reinventing the manufacturing process, they actually saved $430 million. They increased sales and doubled their profitability. They became an environmental leader, and they were recognized within the industry. And they saw the greenhouse gas emissions were lowered 82%, and they're using 60% less fossil fuels and 75% less water. They found that there was no trade-off between doing better for the environment, increasing your brand value, and increasing your profitability at the same time.